Here today, gone tomorrow. How true that is. It really makes you think, doesn't it? In light of things going on currently. I was just going to do an upload. Decided to do a live stream here. I'm not sure who's going to show up on there. I'm going to be going to bed soon anyway. So we may cancel this. Probably should have done an upload. See what I'm saying? Okay. I just don't know if this is getting out there. Okay, I am. Okay. Testing this thing out here. Had the Wi-Fi thing shut off on this phone, and I wasn't able to get on. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, here we go. I was just waiting for a few people to show up here. I'm not going to do a long show because I'm going to go to bed by soon. I don't really stay up that late, and it makes you question your mortality, doesn't it? It certainly does. It's funny when you go to somebody's page and you see people who have written comments as if they're still alive. When you think about it, at least I find it to be kind of spooky. By the time you reach around age 50, anything that can go wrong could go wrong. It's just the way it is. It's according to how you take care of yourself and everything else. So in light of some of the events happening lately, it just kind of makes you think, doesn't it? It really does about your mortality. I've always thought about it. I don't dwell on it, though. That's a good thing. I don't dwell on it. I get up every morning, do my thing, and hope to get up the next morning. Dying suddenly, though, if you die suddenly, that's not kind of a thing that I ever wanted. Or would want, actually. You know, got to have those last few words in. That's just the way it's got to be. Cheat Father Time or whatever. Cheat Mother Nature and say, wait a minute, I'm not ready to go. I need to have the last few words in before you're going to take me away, buddy. I guess that's kind of me. But we don't always have that choice, do we? We really don't. And that's the way things happen in life. So kind of in light of what's been going on lately, I'm doing this show because it is kind of eerie. It's kind of weird. Especially if you've been listening to somebody, they're just not there anymore. Just not there. It's kind of strange looking at old video. But it's kind of different when you are aware that you have certain health problems and you know that they're probably serious, but then when you don't take care of them, it's not anybody else's fault. It really isn't. It's your own. It's sad to see that happen to somebody, no matter who it is, because really, if you have the knowledge already that you've got a few things going on with you that might be serious, you got to put this thing away, this thought where, I'm afraid to go dig into my money or something and have something checked out or remedied or something. And a lot of people are afraid to do that and just don't want to spend their money to do it. It's worthwhile. I mean, if you got a car that you love, you take care of your car real well, don't you? You check it out, you maintain it, change the oil and everything else you need to do, change the brakes, the pads. Same thing with the human body. Anyway, I gotta go to bed. Just had these passing thoughts, kind of really eerie. To be honest with you, since Fazio passed away, it's very eerie. When you're used to hearing somebody on all the time, you'll miss people that are gone. You've been following somebody for a long time. You'll feel their absence. In this case, I'm just aware of what went on, and it's not like I'm going to shed a tear, but in general, it's still kind of eerie. I think you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Good or bad about the person. But I can't say that about everybody. I think differently about other people. And I just think that it's sad when you just don't want to take care of yourself and you let these things happen when it didn't have to happen. Don't worry, I'm not going to get too philosophical here. I know I understand what I'm feeling. You could and should think about your mortality, because everything comes with an expiration date. And some people think less of it than others. They live a very haphazard lifestyle, and it leads up to all of this. And we know somebody that just passed away that did exactly that, didn't they? Scary, huh? Makes you think. It just makes you think. Made me think. It certainly did. But I'm aware of myself and my body. I'm aware of the good and the bad, and I'm certainly willing to go for tests. I'm willing to do some kind of maintenance. Where some people just don't want to spend the money. And they think it's more important to save their money than to actually go for checkups and so forth. Okay, but nobody's talking tonight at this hour, so I'm going to get out of here. Just thought I'd come in and kind of, well, I guess I am philosophizing again, you know. I have my moments. And it is an eerie feeling, isn't it, though? No matter how somebody's been hounding you all this time, well, it's according to who it is, actually. This guy wasn't as bad as other people. He was bad, don't get me wrong. But you can show a little bit of compassion for some people. And some people you just really can't, you know. Timeline Tours comes back on. I didn't plan anything. It's just, you just have to do it, Timeline. I think every doctor would strongly encourage. Of course, yeah, obviously, that would be something good to do, wouldn't it? It's very addicting. And for people that don't do that stuff, they don't understand how addicting it actually is. Talk to any drinker. They'll tell you too. Or any other drug addict, really. They're all drugs. Alcohol, tobacco, they're all drugs. Drugs of choice, we might call them. Drugs of choice. Anyway, I'm just in one of these moods tonight here. I'm just thinking about a lot of different things and making some realizations that you just got to be on guard, man. You just never know. You just never really know, you know. Of course, anybody could get hit by a bus at any time. I mean, that's just the way life is. You just don't really know. I'm getting kind of deep into this shit right now. I know that. Nothing much more to say. That's even worth recording, actually, for anybody. It's just, but, you know, his situation, different than others. Well aware that he had problems and didn't want to take care of them in a timely manner. So that's why he's gone. Do you ever go to his channel for the hell of it? Just to see the comments? I found myself doing that. Weird, huh? I remember when my dad died. I mean, I knew he died, but I remember dialing up his phone number. I knew I'd expect him to answer it, but it's just something weird that you do to try to tell yourself that he's not around anymore. When there's no connection to the phone, well, you know, you realize he's gone. But it's just a way of dealing with it, I think. You know, we'll do crazy things like that just to convince ourselves, you know. Drugs are the devil. I was hooked on cigarettes for 15 years, but it was easy to quit because I realized how silly of a habit. Uncomfortable, no, but easy, yes, because my mind was made up. That's what you have to do. You have to make up your mind, brother. You got to make up your mind to do anything. I don't care whether it's smoking or just anything else in life. You got to set your focus on it. I've quit before for short periods of time, and I know I could definitely quit if I just put my mind to it. So it's a matter of doing it instead of talking about it. It's kind of how it works. Okay, I was really kind of heading in for the night, and I thought I'd put a short show on here. I thought my internet was out, but special little button, I didn't have it on the Wi-Fi. I didn't notice that, or I must have hit it by accident. I said, what the hell is wrong with this Wi-Fi? What the fuck am I paying so much money for? Well, you're talking 15 megabytes? That's kid stuff. And I'm paying that much money per month, but I don't have many choices of internet here. Yeah, God, it's actually humid in this house here tonight. Well, I don't know. I'll give it a couple of minutes on here, boys. Give it a couple of minutes. Speaking of a smoke, you should have said nothing about that, man. You really should. Oh, God. The way it is, I guess. I'll give it a few minutes here. I'll hang in there for a couple of minutes or something like that. Turn on this AC. And okay, here we go. Okay, now where were we before I was rudely interrupted by myself? Maybe there's a dry spot out here I could sit on the chair. Maybe. Hang in there a second. We'll wrap a little bit here. What the hey? What the hey? Yeah, I was just talking to somebody not too long ago, and we were talking about hello, hi Tom. Well, Peckerwood is a name for somebody else, but whoops. I say, God, my throat is dry. It is shit. I gotta drink a lot more water. Anyway, yeah, let's not talk about it. That's the whole thing, okay? I'm trying to do that on my show. I don't want to give any public relations to anybody on here. I'll talk about things I want to talk about, but I really don't want to get into that shit. I'll get as philosophical as you like me to be, as most people like me to be, but I don't really want to go into anybody's situation out there. Okay, I don't even want to mention a name on my show. I kind of said that to my viewers. Just kind of chill out and let shit happen on its own. I don't want to give free publicity to anybody on here. I'm just going to do my regular shows here, you know. That's it. That is it. And I'm going to get a little bit selective too. And I'm not going to do too much ad lib. I'm very good at that. And I want to get a little bit more topical on here. Let's see. You could make it a lot easier if you're to tape it down slowly with patches or something. Well, I have gum, and I like this type because it's only 2 milligrams, which means 1 stick of gum equals 1 cigarette. And if you have an urge, you can use that. They're really great for plane flights or something like that. But you could actually, substitute. You could take a number of pieces of gum per day. You want to pay for that. I forgot what I paid for this. I have it right here in preparation. Okay. Yeah, and you could take it. It's equal to 1 cigarette, 14 or 24 milligram tablet gum or something like that, or like those patches. This one here is equal to 1 cigarette. So I am not even going to talk about it, really. Okay, because I don't want to disappoint myself. I don't want to tell people I quit, and then I'm right back on doing it again. If I quit, I'm just not going to say anything until time has gone by and say, guess what, folks? It's been X amount of months or whatever since I've done this. I'd rather do it that way, because otherwise you got to kind of hold yourself to your viewers to that. You tell them you actually quit and you actually didn't, Don't want to go there. No, I didn't make any New Year's resolutions or nothing like that. I know you didn't ask, but I'm telling you, I just didn't really make any. Because resolutions are made to be broken. And most people, they think they can start a clean slate with everything in their life at the beginning of the year. But if you're a scumball, you're still going to be a scumball with the new year. So, making resolutions is not the solutions. It's just not waiting till the first of the year to get something done. Oh, I got 1 generous thumbs up. Wow, man. Generous of my audience. I've always had a very generous audience, so yeah. But anyway, it's going to be topical, and if you find it boring, that's okay. But that's just the kind of way it's going to be on the show here. I mean, enough is enough, don't you think, really? Enough dealing with all the bullshit. I'm done with this shit, to tell you the truth. I'm going to make it done. Trust me. And I want to have some fun on here. If I'm going to do shows, I want to have some fun. I'm going live as compared to doing my uploads. I'm going to do both, but I am going to utilize my live streams. But it's all going to be according to the co-op of my viewers. Otherwise, I just go back to doing uploads and just don't even allow any comments on there at all. Just kind of say what I have to say, and it just has to do with, how people are coming onto my channel, what they're saying, or how many viewers I get, stuff like that. Kind of feel it out and see how it goes. Kick the tires a little bit. And if it doesn't work out very well on the live streaming, just go back to the uploads, which hasn't bothered me. I've done that for quite a while now. Prior to the past few days or so, I haven't done any live streaming for a long time. Alicia Lowe, did you just find me accidentally? You seen something that said live on your sidebar, or is that how that came about? I'm just curious. Oh, okay, I didn't read your comment timeline. It's harder to wean off the addiction with gum unless you follow a strict and effective plan for slowly. See, the whole thing is I don't want any nicotine in my body at all. That's why I was always against the patches and all that other shit years ago, because you want to just get rid of it altogether. If you go to quit, you just quit. Triple Playground comes in. My grandfather spanked me with a fire axe 10 times when I was 4. Well, thanks for sharing that. Triple Playground. Why would your grandfather do that to you? May I ask? What did you do wrong for him to spank you with a fire axe? Must have been a bad boy. Wow, a nice parent you had there. Okay. Well, thanks for sharing that. Is that what made you the wonderful person you are today? I'm assuming you're a wonderful person. Okay. Well, that's a terrible thing to hear if that's true. I would think that's funny. Kind of a man does that to his kid and other things. My goodness. It sounds like a very righteous daddy you had there. Sorry to hear that, huh? A lot of worse things have happened to children, really, when you think about it. Parents that beat the shit out of them all the time, and they do some really naughty things, which they shouldn't do. But you always got child protective services in America, that's for sure. And they even have them out here, too. But nobody should do something like that to a kid with an axe. I know you're probably kidding me, but maybe you're not. I don't know, maybe you're not kidding. Yeah, if it did happen, it must have scarred you quite a bit as an adult. Remember, who you are today is the sum total of your life experiences. Keep that in mind. So if you're a scumbag at an adult age, well, something radical probably happened to you growing up. That's the way I kind of look at it. You know, you're not happy in your life. Something went down that wasn't cool and scarred you for the rest of your adult life. And there's a lot of people walking around that way that are totally scarred for life. And that's a shame to know that. Life is not always fair, you know what I'm saying? Okay, I got to get out of here, man. Let's see. Triple Playground, thank you. Oh, Triple Playground. Thank you for opening up to us about your experience. This is a safe space, and I hope you are okay. Yeah, it's a safe space here. At least I'm trying to make it a safe space for everyone here. Keep the riffraff off the show. I'm trying to do that. Everybody's sharing. I love this. This guy just farted. Thanks for sharing. We appreciate that. It's just getting a little bit too weird tonight here. Okay, time for me to hit the sheets. You know what I'm saying, guys? I got to hit the sheets, honestly. So thanks for tuning in. I don't usually come on at this hour. But, yeah, I was kind of thinking about the chain of events. Well, there's been some events with some YouTubers. We got Rick Shaw, who has bone cancer. Yeah. And we got whatever happened to Fazio. You know, it makes you think about your mortality, doesn't it? Well, it certainly should. You got to think about that every now and then. You're the only one that's really taking care of yourself, you know. You can't expect everybody else to take care of you. Sometimes you got to be responsible for yourself in so many ways. So many ways. But I don't mind sharing some of my philosophical moments with my viewers. You seem to catch on to that. You seem to like that. So why not? Life is philosophy. The fact that, yeah, they all float. Pennywise, are you kidding me? Is that Pennywise? The real Pennywise? Are you shitting me, man? Wow. Why is Nico mad at me? Did I do something to Nico lately that I'm not aware of? Did my doppelganger do or say something? Okay, we seem to lose about 2 to 3 every year, given the age of the people in the expat genre. That's true. Nico is spooing right now. I mean, he's doing a live show right now or something? What is he pissed off about, may I ask? What's his problem this time? I don't think I've mentioned his name much lately, have I? Or had any need to talk about him. So what is he spooing right now, Pennywise? Do tell before I get off. Okay, well, you're not going to share, but you did come out with that comment. If he's spooing right now, spooing. I like the word. He's spooing right now. What the hell is he spooing about? Okay, I guess I'm not going to get my answer. Okay, I got to get out of here, man. I'm going to hit the sheets. Been a long day for me today. Jimmy's Tony. So what do you do, Frank? What do I do about what? That's my famous answer to that question all my life. When someone says, well, what do you do? They usually mean like, you know, what do you do as a profession? They want to kind of check you out if you fit into their little circle or something, you know. So what do you do? What do I do about what? You got to be more specific. You know, like a full sentence. What do I do about what? That's a better question. I'm in a funny mood tonight here, actually. Yeah, I do my best thinking later at night or in the early morning, actually. If you want to get my philosophy, you have to catch me mostly in the morning. When I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after I get up. Everything's quiet in the house and I can think a lot more clearly. Okay, Johnny, I like what you do, create as a content creator. Just hanging. Okay, are you subscribed? Please do. Okay, well, thanks for joining me. Yeah, I'm going to get off now. I just thought I'd come on for a few minutes. I was on a little longer than that. I want to kind of feel things out and see who was on at this hour. And yeah, I kind of meant what I said. It is kind of eerie. It doesn't matter. You may not like the person, but it's kind of weird when they have a huge presence on YouTube and now they're gone. In this particular guy's case, and I don't want to dwell on him because we've been talking about this guy's death for the past couple of days since we've known, and it's appropriate to talk about it. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But sometimes things you have to leave things be sometimes, you know. What is he pissed off about? You're not telling me what he's pissed off about. I mean, you're telling me this stuff, but I'm not. I have no clue. What is he going off on? Have I talked about him lately? Or I don't get a complete sentence from you guys on here. If you're not going to be kind of answering my questions, there's no reason to. Him and Popeye are laying into. You mean Popeye's on his show? They're laying into me. These are the guys that were hoping that Mike Kaysen they call him Heart Attack Mike, would come out of the hospital with one way to get out of the hospital is with a toe tag on him. And they can afford to speak about me? Are you kidding me? You feel bad for Fazio. G. Boone. Hello, G. Boone. I never heard Nico go angry. He's mad you trampled on Fazio's memory. Oh, come on. Like he was the biggest advocate of Fazio. Really? Come on now. There's nothing wrong with my memory. And I wasn't stomping on Fazio's memory. Fazio did a lot of cruel shit regarding me. Okay, so as I said, don't expect me to shed a tear. And I think I handled it quite well. If you've been listening to my videos lately, you'll know that I gave the soft touch to Michael Fazio in regarding his death. And I encourage people, don't be going around sharing any photos, because somebody sent me a photo. Yeah, my recollection is accurate. Who is Nico to suddenly want to be very protective of Michael Fazio? Get real on that. Him and his hate crew have torn apart Fazio in the past. They certainly have. The Faz had issues, man. We knew this for years. He did have issues, like a lot of people do on here. So what the fuck is he fuming for? Fuck him. All of a sudden he's big pro Fazio. Yeah, all of a sudden everybody's pro Fazio. Okay. The Faz lost it. And we saw it happen on the YouTube Live. Oh, many times. Many times. So Nico's bitching and whining again, huh? Oh, fuck him. Seriously. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I gotta hit the sheets. Thanks for stopping by, and catch you on my next show, whenever that is. I don't really schedule my shows, as most you can follow me. If I have something to say, I'll just come on. That's all. I'm worried about Nico, what he thinks of me. I live a far better life than he ever will, I can tell you that. Yeah. G-Boone, I'm not a Foz fan, but man, it sucks to see someone, let's see, not a okay, where would that go? You retracted it. You're not a Foz. Okay, you're not a Foz fan. Okay, Frank, I think you need to open a new can of whoop ass on those two. I'm not getting into no arguments, nobody. That's what they want, you know. Yeah, not going to give them what they want. That's the secret. Don't give them what they want. Anyway, goodbye, Fazio. And, you know, it's no skin off my back with that situation. You know, rest in peace is what I'll say to that, and be very kind about it. And I think I've been handling it very well on the shows that I've done the past couple of days. If you've been listening to my shows, you'll know that. You know I'm not bullshitting. I made it very clear that he's not my favorite person. I'm not going to shed a tear. But I think it's sad. He's a very lonely man. And we talked about that quite a bit. What led him to be like he is. He had a lot of problems, and he was very petty. But that's not your problem or mine. I give really good advice on here, and I can't expect everybody to take all my advice. You're not obligated. But I predicted something was going to happen with him. I knew it. I knew it. I could almost hear his arteries clogging. I knew that the trouble he had with his leg was going to catch up with him sooner or later in a big way. A question Aaron has. Well, what's your question? Because I got to go here. All I could say is that it's like some people who wait till they're 66 before they retire for Social Security. They want to get the most money. Now, in a perfect world, you live to be 66, but you're better off just, you know, retiring at 62. Take the cut. Because people take too much for granted. Okay, so 66, 67, the new retirement age, whatever it is now, and they want to wait for that. Don't wait. Social Security wants you to wait. So they don't have to pay you. They hope that you croak before that time. Is that not the truth? Or is it? Take your Social Security at 62. And don't always assume that because somebody's a senior that their days or months away from croaking. It's not always that way. People live a long time, even with some habits. Don't make the assumption that somebody's going to be croaking soon because of this or that, unless what they're suffering is really serious. They actually have something happen to them right now, like leg infections that were chronic. That'll do it. He was responsible. I don't know what you do to it, what you put in it, what you eat, what you smoke, what you drink. That's just the way it is. Is it not? Well, it is. Okay, and I got to go, guys, and thanks for listening. I'll catch you on the new show. But I'm really trying to stay away from troll topics on here, and I know that's really hard for you guys in light of some events that are going on. Let's just say that Michael Fazio screwed up royally. He did it to himself. Nobody did it to him. Let him rest in peace if there's such a thing. His troubles are over. I personally don't have to deal with him anymore. I'm not trying to be cold, but he did some pretty cold-ass shit to me. I'm not going to pretend that that did not happen. Sorry, I'm not going to be a hypocrite on here. The passing is sad. It actually is for anybody. I'll give him that. But that's all I'm going to give. It's his fault. He didn't want to see doctors when he needed to, and the right doctors to get the right treatment. That's the bottom line of all this. Okay, guys? Last message I'll read on here. G. Boone. No, not a Foz fan, but I couldn't watch him deteriorate like that. I unsubbed a long time ago. No pus leg. Yeah, when he showed that crap, that just put me back. That was a horrible thing to look at. It really was. Okay, guys. Appreciate you being there.